Hey guys, Calvin-YGO here. Just wanted to make a little video. This is going to be a little bit different than the content that I usually post. My good friend echo-ygo hosted a little practice tournament. A bunch of our friends are going to this big Southern California goat tournament happening this weekend. And we just wanted to get some practice in, play for, a little bit of money. Just to, make sure that everybody plays a little bit more serious, right? So this was the warrior list that I brought to, our little practice tournament, and I ended up taking it. And then I also wanted to do some commentary over one of the matches in particular. This was the finals against my friend Joaquin, shout out Pretty Boy Pro. At prettyboy562 on Instagram. Super good player. He's been playing forever, and he is just really good. When we played in Vegas, he 9-0'd me. Like, it was crazy. I could not get like a single game off of him. So winning the finals was super sick. Especially against him, because those were the first 2 games I ever won against him. So this was going to be the list. I just want to go over it a little bit. It's just a standard kind of warrior list if you're looking at it. The kind of controversial thing is the triple dust tornado over triple Saku. Personally, this is like a personal, like just a really personal thing, because I really like the security of the dust tornadoes. Having 3 just lets me shoot back row and not have to worry about it, and it kind of helps you gain tempo to get towards that simplified game state that warrior wants to be in. You're going to notice that there is a single chaos sorcerer and a smashing ground. I found when I was doing this deck building that I had an extra monster slot, and I had kind of an extra spell trap slot. So I decided for CSorc over something like a Zaborg, over something like a second Mystic Swordsman or a second Sasuke or whatever, because I feel like we have enough lights and darks to sustain one more chaos monster between Lug, Kaiku, and Blade Knight and Breaker. This is enough to sustain just the one chaos sorc. I don't find it bricky really ever. Because it's a one of, it just sometimes doesn't even show up, so it doesn't matter, or it just pops up kind of at the right time. The other nice thing about it too is that it can get you another 2300 damage. It can help you clear the field, and this is such an amazing top deck in the mid to late game, in any kind of matchup. And I really like it, especially just because it's a free body. It is 100% free as long as your grave is set up. It just comes onto the field, and it becomes basically the biggest thing on the field and the biggest threat. And then it also has the little mind game, because they're not expecting Chaos Sorcerer in Warrior, so when you reach to banish for a light and dark, they think, oh, it's BLS, and then you drop the CSorc, and sure, like, they're probably like, oh, that's fine, but then they kind of take a second to think about, oh shit, it's not fine, right? Now I have to deal with this guy. And then the side deck is fairly standard. The only other thing, I like having the third Saku for aggro matchups, and then the double compulse as well. I really like these for goat control specifically. I'll side out the Sakus, put the compulse in. Compulse is a very skill testing card. It's really very good for Thousand Eye, or against Thousand Eye specifically, because generally that's like a -2 that you can put your goat control opponent behind. If you compulse the Thousand Eyes, which can kind of help get you tempo. Mind Cons for Chaos, Walk and Mobius for Burn, Zambira for the Mirror. Spies are also kind of for the Mirror as well. I've tried putting this in with for Chaos to kind of with the mind controls, it's okay. I'm not like a huge fan of it, but it is possible. Swords is swords. I like it for aggro and control. And then Wang-Hu, you know, we don't like scapegoats here. You know, we want to be able to just kill them. So that's really going to be it. And then I'm going to go ahead and hop over to the replay of the final match. So I'll see you guys in a second. All right, guys. So this is going to be the replay. So I won the die roll / rock paper scissors. And looking at my hand, I'm like, this is not a great hand. So I decide the best course of action. I would like to save my Blade Knight. I have a bunch of darks. I would like to save Dawn, and I would like to save level 2 because I know he is on some sort of goat control variant. So I'm going to go ahead and just set a Kaiku. I'm going to set the Kaiku, and I'm going to set the ring, and I'm going to pass my turn. He's going to draw. He'll go to main. And right now, I'm hoping, you know, he wastes something on the Kaiku. Whether it's a knock, whether it's a happens to be exiled force this time, but he just sets and he passes. I draw. I'm ecstatic to see heavy, but I need this Don Zalug to potentially eat the back row. So I'm going to just poke. I'm going to shuffle my hand, and it does eat the back row. Perfect. That is something we do not have to deal with, you know, in the future. Don Zalug is kind of the MVP for this game because he's able to just eat this Mirror Force. And now he's going to normal summon Abyss Soldier, Cryo. I'm going to ring it. I do not want to see this thing on the field for as long as possible. And now this is perfect because I have Kaiku in hand that I can use to banish the Serpent and the Exiled. So I'm going to play the Heavy here to get rid of the swords because I am up on cards. And then we're going to go ahead and normal summon Kaiku, swing in for the 18, banish the Serpent, banish the Exile. And then we have the Solemn Judgment to insulate and protect our Kaiku. I'm thinking there's not really much that he can normal summon right now to really like punish me. And I would like to keep Kaiku on the field just so I am ahead in tempo. So we're gonna see what he does here. He's gonna normal summon Blade Knight. I'm gonna solemn it because the realistic thing is he has a back row, and we can go ahead and just protect our guys. So we'll normal Blade Knight here. He's gonna torrent. That is totally fine. We get our light and dark set up for, you know, CSorc and BLS coming down in the future. We set our torrent and pass. Warrior Lady, we're a little bit low. We love trading 1-for-1. And I will top deck my own Warrior Lady, which is perfect because if he draws a monster, I can just banish it, and we can go ahead and keep having the tempo in our simplified game state. Not really much to say at this point. He's going to set a monster. We're going to meta, or he's going to meta, and take our Warrior Lady, swing in for 15. I'll draw. Standby main. So here, I just set the Dust Tornado. I don't want to set the Mystic Swordsman, because if he goes to attack, I can just go ahead and chain Dust Tornado on the Warrior Lady, so he's just stuck with a 0/0. And that is, so he goes MST to clear my back row. I'll go Dust Tornado, boom, and we have nothing, or he has nothing. So we'll Rhoda for Exiled Force to pop and he preemptively pops the Thousand Eyes, and we'll pass. So we lose to a normal summon here, but I kind of made the read that like I'm gonna be fine. The chance that he draws a 1600 monster, you know, I'm not too worried about it. So we're just going to go ahead and get duoed. It's fine. It's just a dead Mystic Swordsman. Perfect. We set a judgment, so now we have an answer to his monster if he happens to draw one. And now we have an answer to the back row. So we'll normal our Blade Knight. Perfect top deck, just barely enough to kill him. He's going to try and ring to tie. We're going to shut that down with a judgment, and then we're going to go to the next game. So here, I think I sided in a Compulse over a Knock. I think I sided in a Saku over a Dust Shoot, and I think a Swords over a Dust Shoot. So I think those were the three kind of cards that I sided. So. Alright. He's going to make us go second, of course. And then looking at this hand, I'm thinking, okay, this is a pretty easy hand. I'm going to go ahead and set the Warrior Lady. He goes Pot of Greed. Set pass. Or set 2 pass. And I'm hoping in my head that this is not a Magician of Faith. So I just go ahead and set the Warrior Lady. I'll set both traps and I'll pass. I learned from playing against him last game, he doesn't really run Decree, so my traps are okay to be set at this point. But at this point, he is going to flip up that it is a Magician of Faith, so he's going to go ahead and get back his Pot of Greed. But at this point, he's going to go ahead and summon his Zaborg and proceed to battle. Good thing we have the Saku, or else we would have taken a bunch of damage. And then at this point in main 2, he goes Pot of Greed. And he has literally double our cars. So this duo hurt so much because he's going to hit my Graceful, unfortunately. And I discard the Donzalug in order to get the Light and Dark into play. I have a feeling that these back row are very real. So we're going to go ahead and normal summon the Kaiku and swing in for some damage. We might as well try and get some of these lights out. And like I said, you know, it is a real back row, so we just pass. He'll normal summon Abyss Soldier. I choose to ring it here because, again, this is not a card that I want to see on the field for very long. It's just something that can just get him a lot more kind of priority in terms of how the game state is. And it's already a little bit lucky because of the fact that he did double pot and duo us. So we're going to go for Pot of Greed. We're going to pray to have it go off, and he says, no, we're shutting that shit down. So I normal summon Sasuke, I swing, he goes Torrent, fine, pass, and now we have nothing. He has 5 cards in hand. This game is basically over for us unless we can find a miracle. I'll take the 18 from the Abyss Soldier, it's fine. He's taking a little bit to think, and then he passes after setting one. Here, I just set the Tribe. In my head, I'm thinking I just need to stay alive. I need to pray that he doesn't have a great normal summon. So I'm going to set the Tribe, because the Tribe is better to try and potentially protect me right now than it is to just have in hand. So he's going to pitch his own Tribe, which is crazy, and summon his own Blade Knight, and we are barely alive. We're left with 600, and he'll pass. I normal summon the Breaker here, and I choose not to use the counter. So I'm gonna swing. I'm gonna take care of the Abyss Soldier because, again, I do not want that on field. I'll use it to shoot the Metamorphosis, and I just die because he has the Smashing Ground. Here, I don't think it would have mattered yeah, looking at his hand, it really didn't matter. He had game no matter what. So it was just a really unfortunate just double pot into him preventing me from drawing cards, and I respect that. I respect that a lot. So going on to game 3, I'm gonna be real, I forgot what I sided here, and then I look at my hand and I'm like, this is a blessing of a hand. So we're gonna start with the draw, and we draw our Chaos Sorcerer, which we haven't seen like all series, but you know, he will hopefully come up. We're gonna start with the Pot of Greed. Yeah, we gotta. Oop. Let me do this, and then we draw into duo. So we're gonna duo here because we want to be on the front foot. And I'm just gonna randomly choose. I don't really do like the dice roll or anything. So we get rid of a piece of removal, and we get rid of the swords, which is crazy. So I'll set Kaiku here. I'll set the Solemn, and I'll pass. I'll go the main one, normal Sanyan, and he'll knock our Kaiku. I'm okay with this. I'm totally okay with this. Him keeping in the knocks against Warrior, I was like a little confused by, but it's fine. So now we're gonna go standby main. We're just gonna summon Blade Knight. I want to potentially get our Chaos Sorcerer online as quickly as possible. So I'm gonna go ahead and summon Blade Knight. We'll swing, and I'm thinking he's going to add either Serpent or Sook. Those are the only things that he can realistically have that really out my Blade Knight. Main 2, I'm gonna go ahead and set my Dust Tornado. And he adds the Sook. So I'm thinking I just set this. I'm not crazy about using this as an answer to the Sook, but it's fine. We just are amazingly draw into Mystic Swordsman, and I just Dust Tornado the Mirror Force. So I'll summon the Mystic Swordsman, we'll swing into the Warrior Lady, and then we're just going to attack. We're just going to do the 16, and we're going to pass. And at this point, he kind of has to choose his evil, whether he wants to flip down the Blade Knight or the level 2, but he draws into Sasuke. And I am thinking on this, because I know right here, one of these cards is Tsukuyomi, the other card is unknown, but he's used his normal summon. So I could pay 3,000 to do probably what? At least 25 to him next turn, which I am okay with. So I'm going to just Solemn it. I don't want him having any board presence whatsoever. And he's like trying to psych me out by banishing the light and the dark, because that would just be incredible. Like, it would just be so over. And then I draw a book. So I just go... I normal summon the Exiled here. Or I'm thinking about it, and I do it because I set the book, and I set the heavy, so I can get the extra little bit of damage with Blade Knight, and I'm just going to swing with everything. So we're swinging for 39, and then we have the book in case of a BLS, or like another Chaos Monster, and then we have Heavy Storm. So he's saying it's time to duel. So everything kind of rides on his top deck here. And he's going to use Heavy Storm. I'm going to think here, and I'm going to chain the Book of Moon to flip down my level 2. And then he's going to normal summon the Sook, target the Blade Knight. He'll go battle, kill the Blade Knight. Main 2. He'll return Sook to hand. And he'll show us that he just has as a board. And then he'll scoop. So really, really, really close series between us. It was pretty crazy, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions, or if you like the little commentary, definitely let me know. We can try and make this a series. I would rather do this with the IRL like matches that I play, and just kind of do commentary over those. But I just wanted to do this because, you know, I played against some killers. Shout out to Izzy B, shout out Gian, shout out to Pretty Boy Pro, Joaquin, also shout out to echo-ygo, you know, for holding this little tournament for us for $50. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.